800 Yoga. That is 800 9642. Talk 100.3. This is Talk 100.3.
10:41, Vivek और Shrishti आपके साथ, and we were mentioning we're going to have a very interesting guest in our studios, Dr. Adil Alzarooni, the founder of Citizen School, in our studios.
Bilkul. Dr. Adil is an Emirati leader of entrepreneurial teams and educator in the field of economic zone development, sustainability of family businesses and education. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being on our show and joining us here today.
Thank you very much for receiving me, guys. I truly appreciate it.
So let's start with the Citizen School. It's on a mission to revolutionize education and empower the leaders of tomorrow. Citizen School is shaping global citizens, problem solvers and innovators with a foundation to face the challenges and seize the opportunities of the future. So let's start with our first question. The vision behind starting Citizen School, how it stands out from traditional educational models, and why did you feel the need for a school that's different from the ones that currently exist?
So it really started from, I come from the investment arena, and I was in few fields before, like healthcare, financial services, consumerism, consumerism technologies, and so on. When I came to build a school, and only through building the school, I've realized that schools could have made my life and the life of many entrepreneurs in the market much, much easier than what we went through. And in my case, 2 decades of stress.
And more empowered as well?
So you realize that schools could empower you, prepare you in many, many ways to really give you an easier journey, entrepreneurial journey in life.
Absolutely.
And you realize that there's a fundamental need to infuse a very different set of capabilities into future generations in order to ready them for an unknown future. And I can speak about that forever, so probably I'll stick to your questions.
Right. So the need is absolutely important, you think, and it's very important that entrepreneurs come up with such concepts and ideas. So how did you come up with this in terms of course, serving the market, realizing the need? But do you think globally this is required, or is it region specific, requires more?
Allow me to explain it, from the basics.
Okay.
The current education system is a 200 years old kind of an education system. Came after the Industrial Revolution.
Right.
And there was a need for a structure like this then.
Right.
There was a huge boom in human population, much thanks to vaccination invention. Yeah, that's true.
Correct.
Yeah. And countries needed a lot of skills very fast, and hence they needed an education system that works like a factory. They needed a lot of engineers that will build roads and buildings, a lot of teachers that will educate, a lot of new kids coming into the market, a lot of everything. Yeah. So it was designed really for employment.
Correct.
Designed to produce individuals that are committed, that are disciplined, that respect hierarchy, that make no mistake. But in reality, in entrepreneurship, in life, failure is the norm.
Correct.
Many people don't realize that,
Right.
but that is statistically the case. Guess how many businesses, new businesses, survive more than 3 years, percentage-wise? Give me a number.
50% at least, because it's 3 years, not a long time.
90% fail.
So only 10%
survive.
After 3 years.
So in this case, what is the norm?
90%.
What is the norm?
You have to be
Tell
ready
me.
for 90% failure.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you going to ignore 90% of the cases and claim that failure is the exception? Actually, success is the exception.
Right.
And entrepreneurs, in reality, their skill is in managing through failures to arrive to their successes.
Amazing.
So now, if I tell you that most probably the business that you'll start will fail, how would you manage that?
I won't be motivated.
No, but then you'll handle it differently. Will you put all of your eggs in one basket?
No.
Right.
What kind of skills do you need to grow? Would you do things on your own, or would you entrust a team of different capabilities?
Correct, absolutely.
Yes. Would you? How many skills will you need to grow?
Plenty.
Exactly. So, because if you are to, communicate with your team, you need to know a bit of everything, wouldn't you?
I'm sure that by the end of this session, I'm definitely going to be an entrepreneur. The way Dr. Adil is, spreading his knowledge with us. Entrepreneurship as a skill or as a entity.
It's actually a lifestyle.
It's
not a skill.
Lifestyle, correct.
Yeah. So this is where I also come to the points like, reading a book about entrepreneurship or having a course about entrepreneurship or bringing a speaker that will speak about that is not the solution.
It is to incorporate it in your life.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Today schools are preparing for one lifestyle. Yeah. Today schools are preparing for one lifestyle, which is the lifestyle of the employee. Yeah.
Right.
There is a parallel, equally important lifestyle that they need to also be trained for in order for them to choose the one that they would wish to choose. Today, it's unfair to ask graduates of universities to be entrepreneurs because you haven't prepared them for that lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah. We need to prepare them for that lifestyle. Then the question becomes, how would you?
Correct. In schools, we start with that.
Not only in schools, at home also.
At home.
Yeah. So, in order to prepare generations to come for the lifestyle of entrepreneurship, and hence give them the choice if they wish to go for, you'll need to incorporate home into the mix.
Right.
What's the use if you educate them at school on entrepreneurship and how to manage through failures and find your successes and self teaching and inquiry and projects and this and that, whereby all of this gets undone at home.
Where they spend maximum time.
They get punished for failure. It's like, well, you stupid, what are you doing there? Why are you doing that?
Correct.
Yes. And this is why it is super important to involve parents. And we have an amazing set of parents that we love to call partners in the education experience that are actually co-mentoring now with us at the school in few programs.
Without anything in return, just service.
I mean, they are living the... No, actually the idea is, and I'll take a step back. So we have our... entrepreneurship curriculum, which starts from FS1, age 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And by age 13, which is grade 8, the objective is that they actually get involved in actual venture building as students. And my hope is that some of them, as much as we can, would graduate with shares in companies.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
that's the objective.
Beautiful.
And I want to do the same with parents that are involved in these projects. Actually, even mentors, which is our definition of teachers. We like to call them mentors. Would also be growing shares so that they get a feel of what it means to be an actual entrepreneur rather than just talking about it. You understand me?
Right.
And once they have that, then they are truly able to choose between lifestyles.
Correct. Absolutely. What do you want to do? You can choose.
You can choose. Today, there's no choice.
Correct.
You are never ready. Yeah, it goes against your nature actually today.
Correct, yeah.
To accept risks, to accept failures, to deal with them, to navigate, to do things in a very analytical way, to deal with chaos, as what entrepreneurs do. They deal with chaos. You understand me?
And you also mentioned about entrepreneurship is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
How do you define entrepreneurship? This word, it's a very powerful, empowering word for a lot of people.
And is being used very widely nowadays.
And it's mainly used as saying that, okay, you have your own business. Now, what is entrepreneurship? Can you define that for all of us?
So entrepreneurship, like many terminologies that roam around every now and then, is a very big statement. Yeah, I mean, let's just be frank. I mean, realistic about what it is to many people. Yeah. In my opinion, an entrepreneur is not an accurate terminology because it's never about the individual. It's always teams.
Right.
Do you build a company on your own?
No.
It's always a team. So I am for entrepreneurial teams.
Okay.
Okay.
Not just one entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right.
And to me, an entrepreneurial team is on a good track if they, A, research from a grounded position and identify problems that actually adds value, that actually are real problems to society. Yeah? And then try to find solutions that will add value to society and enhance their quality of life. Yeah.
Amazing.
So that starts with that. Second is that they need to work on multiple problems at the same time. Reason why is that most of those will fail. Yeah?
Which is true.
Which is true.
Yeah.
So in that case, an entrepreneurial team has to multi-venture. Because statistically speaking, and you need to deal with numbers here. Yeah, you need to deal with your statistics. 1 out of 4 or 5 will survive. If more, great. But then you need to be ready for that kind of outcome. And that entrepreneurial team has to be multi-skilled, because at the end of the day, business has to do a lot with cost. Yeah,
Managing the cost.
managing costs and surviving for as long as possible to arrive to their successes. So you'd note that what I'm really saying in here is that research is important, team building is important, multi-venturing is important, finding a solution is important, dealing with statistics is important, and at the end, they need to add value, whereby that value enhances quality of life of people.
Absolutely amazing. 10% is the success rate, as you mentioned, Dr. Adil. After 3 years, a business succeeding, sustaining, it's only 10%. There are times when you are an employee. There are times when you take the risk, you become an entrepreneur. You want to solve a lot of issues, make better quality of life. But is it okay to keep switching?
Yeah, perfectly fine. And I mean, don't go for the ones that you have to put all of your eggs in this and throw yourself. It's not a gamble. That's the thing I'm really against. Business should not be a gamble.
Nice.
Okay? If you are an employee and then you are flirting with a business idea, the idea is, though, take it seriously and deal with the statistics of it.
Right.
Know that you probably are, working on one idea is not going to pull it off.
Right.
Okay? And doing it on your own is also not going to be pulling it off.
Correct.
Okay? You will need to be able to grow a team. You need to get that team will have to do multiple things at a time, so that you need to try and survive for at least 3 years.
Right.
Okay? So with whatever money you have in hand, make sure that it can pull you for 3 years, because statistically speaking, there is where most of the ability to succeed shows.
Right.
Okay, then you'll be able to bring in a product, or find the right problem to attend to, then develop the right product, and then take that product to the market, and then witness it for a while to see if there is good pickup on it or not, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So these factors need to be, and there's no real black and white on it. Oh, you have to put all of your heart and your father's and mother's money into it, and that's the only way to do it. No. Where is the science in saying that? People throw these statements right, left, and center. Where is the science behind that?
Right.
That is unfair. It's unfair to plant these unsupported arguments,
Right.
non-scientific arguments into the minds of the youngsters. Yeah.
And this is what you're trying to teach as well. You can build your own formula. You can build up your own setup. All you need is a little bit of guidance, a little bit of support, which Citizen School is offering, and much more.
Yes. Yeah, we are trying to evolve and help support generations to come, in my opinion, in 2 main things. One is be able to grow entrepreneurial teams, so that they are able to produce products and services that add value to society.
Right.
And the second thing is that this is a generation that can gauge their quality of life, enhance it for themselves and others.
Superb.
Very specific objectives.
So how can people get in touch with Citizen School and probably know more about the school and how they can go about that?
Definitely the website and the online channels. So you have citizens.me as a website.
And where is the school located for everyone to know?
very conveniently located opposite to City Walk.
Oh, wow.
Okay, just with the bridge coming from Dubai Mall towards Al Wasl, it will be to your right side.
Beautiful location.
Great.
Yeah, amazing and beautiful facilities. You should see the facility. We have an Olympic football pitch, which is currently operated by Real Madrid.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wonderful.
Yeah, we have a pool, half Olympic, semi-indoor, operated by Speedo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of NBA activities happening in our Olympic basketball pitch. Amazing facilities. We are so lucky to have been supported heavily by the government with that great location and their faith in what we are trying to do. And we hope to pay back to society in some shape or form. And that's the objective here.
Sir, brilliant work. I can't thank you enough for coming up with a concept that is relevant for today's day and time. And the main end goal is to make all our lives better, all the qualities of our life much more enhanced. Dr. Adil, it was a pleasure having you in your studios. Thank you so much and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thank you,
so
guys.
much for
Truly
coming in.
appreciate it here.
Thank you.
Thank you.